The two-time Grand Slam champion is the latest athlete to team up with the prestigious American sporting goods company. Naomi Osaka. Photo by Chrysaline K. Lord. Copyright at Sport Vision. World number 1 Naomi Osaka has added to her already impressive collection of sponsorship deals after joining Nike's list of professional athletes. The 21-year-old has experienced a surge in endorsements over the past year following her success of the tour, winning both the US Open and Australian Open. Osaka has also become the first Asian player in history to top the world rankings in the sport. Towards the end of 2018 it was rumored that she was in contention of signing a record-breaking deal with Adidas, but it failed to happen, paving way for a collaboration with Nike. As we continue to inspire millions of athletes to chase their crazy dreams, Naomi is an incredible talent to add to our roster and help drive our commitment to inspiring a new generation of female athletes, says Amy Montagna, the GM of Global Categories.
We are thrilled to have her join our team. What a welcome, thank you.
Osaka April 5, 2019. According to IMG Tennis, Osaka has signed a total of 6 endorsement deals since her US Open triumph last September. Besides Nike, she has secured contracts with Nissan, All Nippon Airways and Procter. The financial details of those contracts are usually kept private, but many industry experts list her as one of the highest-earning tennis players in terms of endorsements. I'm proud to become a member of the Nike family and excited about getting involved in all of the opportunities Nike has to offer, says Osaka. Nike has a legendary track record of writing history, and I look forward to being a part of those moments for many years to come. On the court, it has been a challenging time for the two-time Grand Slam champion. During her last 3 tournaments, Osaka has won 3 out of 6 matches played and was unable to defend her title at Indian Wells. Nevertheless, she still leads the WTA rankings with a 239-point advantage over second-place Simona Halep. Osaka will officially start wearing Nike clothing on the tour at the Stuttgart Open next month. With a series of clothing choice at her dispense, Nike confirmed that she will be wearing their Zoom Zero shoes. Supergirl at Naomi Osaka signs new apparel deal with Nike. 6th new deal since beginning of US Open.
At Nike Court.
The Rio Olympic Tennis Center, venue of the 2016 Olympic tennis competition. Image via wikimedia.org. There is a chance that players could earn ranking points at future Olympic Games, according to the International Tennis Federation, ITF. Earlier this week the ITF announced 2 key changes to the Olympic competition that will come into effect at next year's Tokyo Games. The men's final has been shortened to a best-of-3 set match to keep it in line with the other rounds. Breaking away with tradition, the gold medal match had always been a best-of-5 encounter since the sport was reintroduced back into the Olympics in 1988. Meanwhile, in the doubles the final set will be replaced by a 10-point tiebreaker. The changes have come into effect following issues of a congested schedule that were raised during the 2016 Rio Olympics. During the decision-making process, feedback was generated from players on the tour and former Olympians. The decision was taken bearing in mind that the Olympic tennis event takes place over 9 days and a number of players have indicated the desire to compete in all 3 events, singles, doubles and mixed doubles, for the opportunity to win 3 medals. The ITF told Uber Tennis. The decision aligns all matches for a single consistent format for the Olympic tennis event, and addresses overplay for those players who play all 3 events. The ITF's decision-making process that led to changes in the Olympic tennis event format included gathering feedback from players, former Olympians, tournament directors and officials. Taking this feedback into consideration, the ITF Olympic Committee presented a motion to the ITF board for review and approval. These changes are designed for consistency, player welfare and to ensure players can achieve their goals as they compete for their nation in the largest and most iconic multi-sport event in the world. The revamp has generated a mixed response from the world of tennis, with many fans criticizing the move to shorten matches. It is not the first time the ITF has done away with the best-of-5 format. The same has been done with the Davis Cup finals, which from this year feature 18 teams participating in a week-long competition. We understand that change is not always easy and we respect people's opinions. We expected there would be a reaction, positive and negative, the governing body said. The future embed from Getty Images. One change that has failed to occur is awarding ranking points to those who participate in the tournament. A move some believe will help attract more top players to the event. During Rio 2016, Novak Djokovic called for points to be rewarded to those participating in arguably the fifth Grand Slam. Meanwhile, Latvia's Ernsts Gulbis once told the New York Times, "I really don't like that in Olympic Games there is no points and no prize money. It's a little bit like tennis tourism. The reason why no points are given is because the ITF is separate to that of the ATP and WTA. Therefore, they have no control over the allocation of points. However, it is possible that an agreement could be achieved one day between all three. Currently, the WTA and ATP do not award points for the Olympic qualification pathway. We, the ITF, are always open to discussion on the matter. Perhaps even more debatable is the current Olympic eligibility criteria. A system that is based on a player's commitment to the country's Fed or Davis Cup ties. In order to be eligible, players must participate in 3 ties during an Olympic cycle. This is reduced to 2 ties depending on the length of service or the zone group round-robin criteria as specified in the eligibility rule. It is unlikely that the ITF would want to change this policy. For them, it is the top leverage used to attract players to participate in the team tournaments. Especially the Davis Cup, which has gone through a highly controversial revamp. When questioned if they would change the rule in the future, the ITF declined to give a yes or no answer. National Olympic committees wishing to nominate a player who has not yet met the minimum requirement has the right to appeal. They state, each case is specific, but will be considered based on a combination of factors, such as the depth of the player field available to play for the country, injuries, history and Davis Cup, Fed Cup, Olympic competition record. The 2020 Olympic tennis tournament in Tokyo will take place from July 25. Who won medals at the 2016 Games? Miami Open champion Ashley Barty is remaining optimistic ahead of the clay court season. Ashley Barty, at MFM926 Sport, Twitter. Miami Open champion Ashley Barty is looking to take her recent momentum into the clay court season. The Australian, who won her first Premier mandatory title last week, has remained optimistic ahead of the clay season despite it being her weakest surface. After breaking into the top 10 in the world for the first time, Barty is now looking for more success on clay. It has been a while since I have been on clay and it is a short season, Barty said to ABC Australia. I only play 5, 6, 7 weeks on it, but I think I have the game on clay to be able to do some damage. I just have to learn how to use it properly, learn how to enjoy it. The clay season for Barty will begin at the Matua Madrid Open in May after the 22-year-old represents her country in their Fed Cup tie against Belarus in Brisbane in April. I just have to be able to learn how to use it properly, how to enjoy it. The depth across women's tennis is getting better and better, and I think that is one of the big things. Yes, it is open, but it is stronger than ever before in the top 30 and the top 40 in the world. Despite Barty's recent success, her expectations have not been limited as she now wants to be a part of the world's top 8. I think number 8 is my next goal, she explained. You have to keep going one at a time, I suppose, but I have to continue to do the right things both on and off the court. The clay court season has already started for some players as the Volvo Car Open in Charleston has already begun on the green clay. In the next weeks, players will be preparing for the second Grand Slam of the year at Roland Garros, which begins on the 26th of May. Simona Halep is the defending champion. After a record-breaking heatwave last year, players have been warned about the threat they face from the weather during the upcoming Olympics. 2016 Olympic gold medalist Monica Puig, image via Twitter.com. With just over a year to go until the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo, a warning has been issued to those bidding to win a gold medal in the women's singles tournament. Researcher Dr. Nathan Downs from the University of Southern Queensland, USQ, has concluded that whoever wins the ladies' competition will be exposed to more sun rays than any other athlete. Citing factors such as the time of the day the women's matches will take place, the average length of matches and the number of rounds that must be played en route to the title. The study has also warned that athletes with fair skin face considerable sunburn if they don't wear adequate protection. The winner of the women's singles tennis will have to compete in 6 rounds, many of which will be at peak midday. Dr. Downs said in a study published last month. Golfers must also compete in 4 daytime rounds, and the winner of the men's cycling road race can also expect to be exposed to sunlight for at least 6 hours, with other competitors being outside for even longer. As to why the study has concluded that women are more at risk than their male colleagues, they cite clothing factors as a reason, saying that male players are more likely to wear protective clothing such as hats. Heat could pose a huge factor for players in Tokyo next year. Last July, Japan experienced a record-breaking heatwave with temperatures exceeding 40 degrees. On July 24, the country declared a national emergency following the deaths of 65 people within a week. Furthermore, an estimated 22,000 people went to hospital with heat stroke. In light of the recent heatwave, Dr. Downs have recommended the officials in Tokyo implement specific regulations and guidelines regarding sun protection. To address the potential threat, Olympic organizers will set up a center to monitor extreme weather, working with a private weather company and the meteorological agency of the Japanese government. The Olympic Games will get underway on July 24. More than 11,000 athletes are expected to take part in 339 events across 33 different sports. The tennis competitions will take place during the first week. List of women's Olympic medalists in the open era, singles only.